Welcome to iGlobal Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. To begin with, the Australian dollar recaptured its bullish stride overnight after clearing the 77 handle and now lingers around the 77.50-90 supply zone. Overall, I do expect to see weakness return from this region and look back to the immediate support of 77.15 on the day. The initial focus was yesterday on the China president's speech, which was quite surprising to a neutral tone. The market is now shifting to this afternoon to the RBA 3 o'clock speech when Phil Lowe addresses his views, which is most probably will be holding to a dovish. But I do expect to see more hawkish sentiment eventually emerging from Governor Lowe. On the day, sees the range of 15 to 75, but good resistance still holding around 90. While the US dollar has remained weak and continues to do so after the overnight close at 89.26 on the index. This in turn suggested we could see a slight rebound to the euro and look up towards 123.85 to 124.35.45. The reason behind this is that the dollar index has to recover now in the next 12 to 24 hours. Otherwise, there is some concern that it could break down further. Do note that we do have on a broader picture the initial trend is at 88, so it's only about 100 points away. I'll be closely monitoring this level, and in the event we do see a break from there, would give concerning repercussions to the downside to the US dollar. But we haven't got there yet, so I'm not going to come out with that call until we see the next 12 to 24 hour price action and go from there. On the day, however, the range of 123.25 to 85 is for the euro, and dollar yen surprisingly is back above 107, and at this present stage is looking towards the immediate resistance, which comes in at 107.35. From a technical point, it is considered that the market won't sustain long up here, and for those that are long, we'll probably see profit taking towards the 70 region. The reason behind this slightly negative view is that the stochastic and also the RSI is breaking down, therefore could see further indication towards the downside. But nevertheless, I still am a buyer from 106.55. The pound overnight notches slightly higher and now looks towards the resistance seen around 141.90 to 142.50.90. It is viewed that tonight the market may be a little bit volatile because we do have the release from the UK construction, output, manufacturing production and industrial production from the readings in February. This may actually see a slight impulse but not a sustain because the technicals are flat. So therefore I do expect to see a pullback to 141.35 or even down to 140.80. So the market is actually getting closer to a sell zone. The gold roller coaster ride has now moved away from the US-China trade wars and is looking back to the Syria situation after alleged chemical weapon strike has put Donald Trump into his outlook that a lot more options militarily are on the table. And he said that he will be letting us know pretty soon on what the actions they will take. On the day, though, gold is still seen as a safe haven pair. But looking up towards 42 to 48, that was the recent rejection. Could see that happen again. This market, though, for this year has been in a 1300 to 1360 range, and I don't expect to see that change at the moment. So therefore, we're nearly close to the top side of the range. So for those that are long, I expect to see some profit taking to come back into today's session. Like with silver, The market is also looking back to the top side of the range and still playing this 1615 to 1685 parameters. Overall, I do feel that profit taking could send the market back to around that 1620 area. And rounding off with oil, the market, since rebounding off the 61.5 uptrend, which is now seen at 62, is looking back towards this rejection area. I think the market will be a little bit cautious as it approaches this region. Therefore, we could see some profit taking for those that are long or fresh new short positions, and may see a pullback to this trend line. Overall, from a technical point, I'm not overly bullish. Therefore, I do expect to see any upside attempts to fail toward the $66 region. With the intraday report, that's to be released shortly. Please look out for that. And also, I hope you enjoy the day that's about to commence.